back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashlyn, and I am with my sister, Shaylin.
Hello.
We are doing this video because we just saw the Backstreet Boys in Las Vegas at the Sphere, and we want to tell y'all all about it, okay? So, Shaylin, if you could describe the experience in one word, what would it be?
I'm gonna go with unforgettable.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Unforgettable.
Okay. Yeah, you know, when you saying that, I've already said that I'm kind of nervous about going to another concert.
Yes.
Because they've set the bar so high.
So high.
So it's like, I don't know what they did to me. This may not be a good thing, but I will tell you that I had the time of my life.
Time of my life.
I had the time of my life. Okay, so a little bit backstory about the BSB fandom in our household when we were younger. I've been a fan since I was probably 12 years old, 11 years old. Yes, I would say about 5th, 6th grade is whenever I became a fan of the Backstreet Boys. And my room was like your typical 90s little teeny bopper, okay? Like, it was wallpaper, okay? Yes. I was doing the little Teen Beat magazines. Was it Tiger Beat?
Tiger Beat.
I can't remember what they were, but whenever they had like all of the boy bands on the front, and they were so colorful, and they had like the actors, remember like Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Devin Sawa, Devin Sawa, you know, all those. Okay, so there were, you just flip through, and I would flip through in Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, anywhere that we would like go, like on a Friday night. Remember we used to all go to the bookstores with our parents?
Favorite.
I would sit in the magazine section and say, okay, you know what? This magazine has this picture, and it is not on my wall. So this is the one that I need. And I would go home and I would rip that page out and find a place for it. Like, that's the type of fan that I was. I knew their birth dates, their weight, their height,
their favorite foods,
their favorite drinks. I knew like what AJ would order from McDonald's. His favorite color was yellow, so you know what I did? I painted my room yellow.
Sure did. She sure did. It was a masterpiece.
I had like inside my closet, I had a walk-in closet, and so inside my closet I had their height chart, and I had like their name, like how tall they were. It was, I did a video for Oprah. I did a video for, y'all remember MTV Fanatic? I did a video for that. I was trying to meet them, and essentially probably in my head, I was probably trying to marry them too. Okay.
Absolutely.
So
her room was like her own terminal, if you catch my drift on that.
Yes. So needless to say, me being the older sister, Shaylin kind of, you know,
I was the baby, so I was always in my sister's room. Going in her room, I felt like I was on TRL or things that I grew up with. You know, I was always in her CDs, and that's how I became in love with them myself. I saw all these pictures. I mean, when I tell you her room was a masterpiece, it was. She had every photo.
She was always following along. She knew, you know, whenever there was a new CD out, and I would ask my dad to play it in the car. She was learning the words when I was learning the words, like the little CD booklets, you know, like we were, you know, so this concert that we went to together was, you know, just kind of wrapped everything up.
It really did. I mean, we were in front of the TVs when we were younger, learning every dance move, rewinding, press and play, recording. It was a very, very big deal, and which makes this experience so crazy for both of us to experience together at the Sphere.
Yeah. So, okay. So this is our, well, this was my 4th concert. My 4th Backstreet Boy concert. And I believe it was your 3rd.
I think it was my 3rd, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the 3 that she's gone to, we'd gone to together.
Always.
The one that she did not attend that I attended, I was in 8th grade, and my mom took me and my friend in middle school and her mom, like, so we went, you know, mother and daughter, we went to, it was Black and Blue. Yeah. Okay, so since then we've been going to Backstreet Boys concerts together, okay? So I will say, well, and we'll get a little bit into it later, but I will say that this concert was so good, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I would not want this to have been my very first Backstreet Boys concert.
No. No, I heard that.
I think that it was so good because it was so different.
Yes.
And, you know, depending on where you sit, you got a completely different show.
Yes.
So we're going to go into all that. we're going to let you guys know what to do, what not to do, and you know, kind of give you an idea of our, you know, our thoughts and what you should know before either getting your tickets or before you go. Before you go. That's what this type video is, okay? So let's get into it. Okay, so first we're going to talk about tickets, okay? So we got our tickets through StubHub because we decided at the last minute to go.
We did.
We knew that, like, man, going to see the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere in Vegas, that would be awesome, but maybe we probably shouldn't. It's not really good for the wallet, you know, all that. So the more that we waited, the more videos that we saw.
Not even kidding.
And the more FOMO happened, okay?
Yes.
So we ended up buying our tickets from StubHub because by the time that we was like, you know what, we need to be there, they were sold out.
Yeah, we're like, but we're gonna go one way or another. Last minute, we're doing it. We deserve to be there. Let's go.
Yes, so we made that decision and we bought our tickets from StubHub. We bought them probably double, 2.5 times more than what they were actually going for. Like, we paid a lot of money for them. So I would suggest, you know, I believe, I'm not sure if okay, so just backtrack really quick. They have a residency at the Sphere. They did from July to the end of August. We went to the last weekend of August, okay? So the first residency part is over, but then there was so much hype about it that they extended into December or November and December. So then those tickets went on sale. When those tickets went on sale, there were so many people in the queue that then they added more shows into February. So we are referring to the first part of the residency, but we are giving you tips and tricks for the next part.
Yeah.
You know, once they do their November, December, January, February shows, okay? So we got them late. So I would suggest that if you are thinking about going, just go.
Just do it.
Just go.
You will not regret it.
Big fan or not,
Yes.
the Sphere in general is something that is like, I'm so glad that I got to experience it.
It felt like a one-in-a-lifetime experience.
Yes, I told Deshawn that if we're ever in Las Vegas, we need to make sure that we look and see what's going on at the Sphere, because just being in the Sphere in general, chef's kiss.
Whole different kind of level.
Yes.
Amazing level.
So, so we got our tickets off StubHub, and so we didn't get the package, because they do like a package where you can get like 2 nights at the Venetian with your tickets, and then you can do like certain add-ons like restaurants and, you know, different things, different experiences within your Backstreet Boy package. Yeah. So we did not do that. We did not get that. We just got our regular tickets from StubHub, and then we booked the rest of, you know, like where we stayed and all that. So just to give you an idea of like what's out there, but you know, this is what we did.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got our tickets, and we decided to get our tickets in the 400 level. So the general admission area is standing only.
Yep.
So you would, doors open at 7 p.m. You would go in, you would stand in line when doors open. You would go in, you would run to the stage, get your spot. I didn't want that experience.
No, who wants to do that?
Who wants to do that? No, but you're going to see the guys closest. Obviously, that is going to be your concert area. It's going to be like seeing them. However, with the Sphere, those screens on the inside of the dome is kind of like what made this concert different.
It's so special.
And so special. So if you're in general admission and you are kind of like looking up and out at the guys, you're not going to really be able to see what's behind them.
No.
And then so it kind of cuts that part off, and then the screens being like a dome, everything's going to be curved to you.
Yeah.
And you're not really going to be able to get the full experience and be able to see all the screens at once.
And you need to see everything kind of like come at you and like take it all in, instead of just, you know what I mean? Like, you think it sounds because you're closer to them, but that's the only plus about that.
And so that's why where you sit is really going to differentiate like the type of show that you're going to get, the type of experience that you're going to get.
Well said.
So being on the floor, you're definitely going to be like closer to the boys. You're going to see that show, and that's going to be that. Okay. Well, then you get your 100 level, and then your 200, 300, and 400. So we got tickets in the 400 level. And we definitely had an option of getting like other levels, but we were in row 7 of the 4th.
Like close.
Yes.
Of that 4th section.
Yes, and you want to be as close to the middle as possible. And my Disney people, you guys will understand when I say this. Okay, so when you're thinking about the ride Soarin', how it's like a big screen but it's curved, and you want to get that B1 row, because that kind of puts you right in the middle of everything and nothing is curved.
Yes.
So like, you know, like whenever you're riding that ride and if you're off to the side, the Eiffel Tower's got a little curve to it. That's because you're looking at a curved screen. But if you're right in the middle, it's gonna look, you know, vertical
all around you.
And so that's kind of the same thing here. If you are kind of off to the side, everything's gonna have like a little curve to it, and it's gonna be a little bit distorted. So the middle is where you're going to want to get your seats. And the middle is going to be a little bit more expensive too. So keep that in mind.
Yes.
Okay? So, and it's because of that reason. Those are like the best viewing areas.
Perfect.
So the middle section was 406 and 407 split it, so we were in 407. Okay, so that's where you want to sit. If you sit in the 200 level,
right,
that is supposed to be like the best place, because you're like right in the middle, like you're in the middle this way and you're in the middle this way. So the 200 level is supposed to be the best. However, if you are in the 200, you want to make sure that you are in the first, I believe it's the first 10 or 20 rows.
Yes.
Because there is an overhang from level 3. And if you're in the overhang, or if you are in the 200 level, underneath the overhang towards the back, then that overhang, when you look up, you're going to see the bottom.
Right there.
Yeah.
So you're like,
You're not going to be able to see what's going on the ceiling, literally the ceiling.
Yes.
So going back to that general admission, whenever something's happening up top, you're going to have that neck broke. Okay?
Broke and tired.
For 90 minutes, okay? No, that was not going to be me.
No.
But again, it's because I've seen the boys before and I was okay. You know, like, I wanted this to be your experience. That's why we were there. Okay?
And honestly, like, they have times where they themselves come at you. So it's like you're kind of in the front.
Yep.
Like they're right singing to you.
Yeah. So like the video of them, like a lot of times during a lot of the songs, they each had their own individual camera on them, which I really appreciated, because like other concerts, they're just gonna like, especially when there's like 5 of them, they might have like the camera on one member or all of them, and then another member. Well, they each had a camera, so during some songs you saw all 5 of them, but up close,
like right here.
Yeah, so that was, I really like that.
I really appreciated that.
Okay, so that was ticketing and seating. Yes. So what is our next thing? Let's talk about, whenever you're going to Vegas, I would suggest at least being there for 2 days.
Yes. Agreed.
Because you will have a lot that you want to accomplish being there. Not necessarily only the concert. So if you're going for only the concert and you're there, I would definitely try to get there as early as you can, because we have the Backstreet Boys terminal.
Yes.
So what that is, that's like a pop-up in the Venetian. So walking to the terminal, it's like, you know, within the Venetian hotel, walking into the terminal was so emotional, because it was literally a throwback to everything that we like experienced growing up.
That we recorded on our VHSs, like it was right there. Like you walk into this Backstreet Boy throwback world.
Yes.
And it takes your breath away a little bit. Not to sound cheesy or anything, but it's, whoa. We're speechless.
Yeah, the lighting, the music, like they had like floor to ceiling screens of their videos playing. I just remembering like coming home from TRL, or coming home from school and watching TRL. Yes, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is really how I grew up.
And it's not just one screen either that's like big like that, the
Yeah.
size of a wall. It's like was it 2 or 3 of them?
It was 2 of them, yeah.
2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would just play their videos, and it was loud, and
Yeah.
people
And you
were
were,
singing.
yes, you were like with your people.
Yes!
Because everybody was watching the screens, everybody was singing, it would get loud. You know, you could tell like the parts that everybody liked and remembered. The dance moves, people were dancing.
People were dancing. I was dancing.
Yes. I mean, it was just being engulfed in like so much joy.
Yes.
And it was just, you know, like you said, emotional.
It was. We were like,
and I was like, this is so cool. But they had a little bar in the corner. They had a place where you could get like permanent bracelets and anklets and
so cute.
Permanent jewelry. Mm-hmm. They had like a massage area. Like what else did they have? They have so many photo ops.
So many photo
Okay,
ops.
so when the terminal opens, there will be a line, but we did not go right when it opened. So we were able to just walk in. So
Didn't wait at all.
Yeah, choose how you want to do that. Some of the photo ops had a little bit of a line, but they weren't like long lines. We just chose not to wait in them because we had other things that we wanted to do.
And I think we were so taken back on what we were seeing too.
Yeah,
We were like, oh, we can come back to that, because it's not like you just go and you can't go back anywhere. You can walk anywhere you want.
Yeah, you're walking in and out. It
Yeah.
doesn't cost anything to get in.
Mm-mm.
Like the only thing that you're waiting on is some of the photo ops. And you know, that's it. But that's also on the second floor of the terminal, because it's 2 floors, baby.
Yes, and you're like, this is crazy. It's like a mall, like not a mall, but that's what it kind of reminded me of,
Yeah.
like some type of Backstreet Boy outlet experience.
Yes.
But all of them everywhere.
So on the second floor is wherever you bought your merch. So the merch store, they are like fully loaded.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about anything running out.
Stocked, baby.
I mean, they are stocked,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And they have like pretty much anything you can think of. They have like, you know, the t-shirts, they had sweatshirts, they had jackets, they had sweatpants, they had shorts, they had
magnets,
keychains,
shot glasses, coffee cups.
They had the dice that you put around your rearview mirror in your
Yes.
car. They
So
had
cute.
vinyls of the new Millennium 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
They had Stanleys.
Yeah.
They had
Keychains.
Yeah, I mean, they had
a deck of cards.
They had the deck of cards.
So cute too.
They were really cute.
Almost bought them.
But anything that you can think of. So that is definitely something that you want to check out. And it's good to go the day before the concert, because then you're not like holding onto your bags while you're like, you know, before you go to the concert.
You never know, if you buy something too, you may be like, I'm gonna wear that to the show.
Yes,
instead.
yeah.
You never know, because I was probably gonna wear this.
Yeah.
But I stuck with my original outfit. But
yeah. So you definitely want to make sure that you have time to go the day before. And that's why I said 2 days, especially if you've like never been to Vegas, there might be some things that you want to do.
Yes.
So we were able to see some things that we wanted to, you know, to experience in Vegas as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really good.
Yeah.
Anything else about the BSB terminal?
Don't miss out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Don't miss out.
You definitely want to go.
You
You
want to
definitely
go.
need to
Fit that
go
in there.
to the terminal, because especially if you're a fan, it's going to be like chef's kiss.
Yes. And if you don't know where you're going, do not hesitate to ask a security guard or somebody who works there.
Excuse me, how do you get to Backstreet Boy, the terminal?
And they just told us how to do it. And it sounded like a lot of steps, but thanks to this one sharper brain here,
Stop.
we got right to it. And we're like, okay. And it didn't, you know, it wasn't as long as we thought.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of walking, a lot of steps, but it's worth every step of the way.
Yeah,
Every
it was
step of the
really
way.
good. Okay, so now let's talk about the day of the concert. So what we did was we got our lift to the Venetian, and we walked through the Venetian to the Sphere.
Yes.
So once you like get into the Venetian, and once you get like, if you pretend you're going back to the terminal, once you get closer to the terminal, you'll start to see signs saying the Sphere this way, and they have like, you know, the Backstreet Boys like popping up on their screens
And
with
you see
arrows.
people in white, you know where they're going.
Yes,
Kinda
day of the concert, everyone is wearing white, which, you know, we need to mention that. There is a dress code. Not really. It's not enforced, but the boys would like you to wear all white, okay? With pops of blue, like baby blue, because of the Millennium album. and with pops of blue and silver.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We were in theme, okay?
We were. We were.
And to be honest, if you don't wear white, you're going to stand out.
You are the oddball, and everybody is going to see you like that.
Yes,
like,
so we saw a girl, she was wearing like a bright red dress, like,
and it was cute.
it was very cute, but you could see her from a mile away.
Yep. She stuck out like
And then whenever we were like looking down, there was one guy in like an orange shirt. You could see him out of, you know, just the sea of white. So like, just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So there's that. But going back to getting there, so we went through the Venetian and we walked, and that was so that we wouldn't have to like be outside too much, because
the heat
in Las Vegas is like dry oven heat. Like, you have your oven preheated, you open it up, and it's just like blast you in the face. That's what it feels like in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and
it's hot here.
Full makeup. We're ready for this concert. We want to look good for our boys. You don't want to sweat it out. You know, you want to be fresh. So this is a good way to get to where you need to get to.
Yes, especially if you're going to the terminal before the concert. They do let you take your bags in. That's just something that we did the day before, so we wouldn't have to worry about any of that. We could just focus on getting ready and getting to the concert and having a good time. Okay, so once you get in, you do not, this is for the ladies, you do not have to have a clear bag, but you do need to have a bag. I think it's like 6 by 6 by 2. Okay, so I took a bag that was like super small. It fit those parameters, but I didn't like, I just needed to pack like my breast pump, so that was fine. They're not a stickler about it. They just want to make sure that you don't have any weapons, and they don't want to go through a big bag. That's pretty much.
And you would think that, you know, oh, I can't take a bag, because that's what I was thinking before. And I'm not really a kind of person when it comes to shows. I like my hands free and everything, so I just put my important stuff at the back of my phone. It's like my wallet, and kept it close to me in my back pocket. My jeans were a little tight anyways, so it kind of was secured, and I had everything that I needed, so I didn't have to worry about that. Right. But if you want to, you are able to with those dimensions.
Yep. Okay, so then they'll let you bring in your bag from the terminal if you purchase anything, and then that's the bag policy that they have going on. But you can check all of that in their website and stuff too, so keep that in mind. Okay, when it comes to the merchandise, like, so you want to buy like a concert tee, okay? So whenever you first get in, you go through security, you're in there, and you're going to see like a place to get your merch. That's not the only place, okay? No. The line was so long at that one booth, and I was like, you know what, there's got to be more. Yeah, there was one on every floor, and there's multiple on every floor too. So spread out, keep looking. But I do want to say this: make sure that if you are looking for something specific, that you do kind of like graze and make sure that the one that you're passing doesn't have what you want. So the one that we went to, they were out of the t-shirt that I wanted. So the t-shirt that I wanted was, remember we told you that they were doing it every weekend throughout July and August. Well, they have concert tees that have your specific dates on the back. So not just a list of every day that they were there. They have like August 22nd, 23rd, 24th. That was our weekend. So that was the one that I wanted. I wanted the t-shirt with our specific dates on it. Yeah. She said that those sell out in the first 20 minutes. So doors open 6:37, so make sure that if that's what you want, that you are getting there ASAP to get that. Yeah, top priority. Yes. So you can get the shirt that you need with your specific date on it. Yes. So the booth that we went to get our merch didn't have any, but on our way out, we found a booth that had one left, but it just wasn't the size that I needed. So I'm sure like the only size that we have left is this, and I was like, okay, well, that's not gonna work. So I thought that they were just completely out. Had I known that, she said, hey, we don't have that anymore, and I was like, nowhere? And she's like, nowhere. Those sell out very quickly. Well, they had it downstairs. Okay, so just make sure that is that you check and make sure that any of the other booths don't have something specific that you're looking for. Yes. Okay, so we talked about merch. We talked about let's talk about the souvenir cups. So that's really big on Instagram. Everyone's talking about these souvenir cups. So Shaylin has hers. I do. So we each got one, and it has the boys on the front, their 2.0 album cover, and then Backstreet Boys Into the Millennium Sphere Las Vegas is what it says. So we got these by getting a draft beer. That's what they came with.
Right.
But if you wanted a specialty drink or like a Coke or something, then
Right.
you would just pay an extra, I believe it was an extra $3.
Yeah.
An extra $3 to get the cup. So it kind of evens out, whatever. Just make sure, just ask them, hey, what can I buy to get a cup?
Yes.
If that's something that you really,
because I had to ask, because I'm not a big beer person, and they were like, well, those are for the beers. But then he was like, well, we do have Truly, and I was like, Truly.
Yeah.
I can do Truly.
Yeah.
So I got a Truly in my cup.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it since I got home.
Yes. So just keep that in mind with, you know, if that is something that you want, just make sure that you ask, because on the menu it does say in a specialty cup.
Yeah.
But the specialty cup isn't the Backstreet Boy one, it's the Sphere one. So it's like all black and has like the Sphere logo on it. It's for the Sphere.
Like that. Yeah.
So that would have been, if I would have taken that into consideration and said, oh, okay, well the specialty cup, I'm here for the Backstreet Boys, it's gotta be the Backstreet Boy cup. And he handed me that, I'd be like, hold on, let's redo this.
Yeah. That's not the cup
That's not what I
wanted.
want. Okay, so just make sure that you ask, and they'll be happy to let you know what you can get in order to get the cup, or how much it would be to add on. Okay, so the cup, we talked about the merch. The boys don't come on until like 8:30, 8:45, so keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So you do have time to kind of like, you know, peruse, get food, get your drinks, get your merch, all that. That's kind of what we did, and we ended up getting to our seats about 8 o'clock. 8:15?
Yeah, I would say 8:15.
Yeah, so we just got in our seats, we had everything that we needed, we were vibing to the music because they're playing, and then the screens are already on.
Yes.
So it's really cool because you think it's like actual things, but it's in such high definition that I'm like, you realize these are screens, right? Like, that's not a real fan.
It's crazy.
That's not like a real set. That is just a stage in front of a big screen.
There's lots and lots to look at.
Yeah,
and
there's so much to look at.
Throwbacks, like old songs.
Yeah, they played a lot of older songs that weren't singles,
Right.
so that was really cool to like vibe to. So it was just a really good experience. Like, you're not gonna have any downtime, and especially if you're on the floor with other people, you know, like, it's good. It's an experience.
And they're like showing clips of like even old TRL interviews,
Yeah.
The making of videos, parts of videos,
like
parts
all
of them.
old footage.
Yeah, it's something to look at while you're sitting for them to come on.
Yeah. Okay, anything? Oh, okay. During the call. Okay, so the song The Call, whenever they were performing that, and it kind of looks like the Matrix, like a lot of like numbers and letters scrolling up and down on all the screens. Well, you want to look for a phone number, and that phone number, if you call or text it, that enters you into a drawing for like a meet and greet.
Yeah.
So I didn't have no service.
Like,
neither did I. Called it, like, not even a ring, okay? So there's that.
It's like SOS.
Yes, we had SOS. Throughout the whole concert. So that wasn't something that I was able to enter into. I have AT&T. We have AT&T. But I did hear that Verizon is
better, more chances.
Yeah, you guys got some bars in there. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Anything else?
It's very exciting whenever you're waiting for them to come on, and then there's that little timeline, like a clock.
Like like a timer.
Down. That got your adrenaline going, like, oh my god, I'm going to see them in 45 seconds. Then it gets to 20, and then it turns to red, and you're like, oh my god, 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
And you were just like, I'm getting chills right now. And then it's just like, here we go. And then it just takes off.
Yeah. So it was a really good experience. I'm glad that I got to experience it with you. Somebody that shares the BSB pride.
For life.
It was a really good trip, a really good experience, and I would just say, you know, book it, do it. You know, money comes back, time doesn't. Yep. It was definitely an experience, and I'm so glad, because yes, it was worth it. Okay, so now we're gonna go through some things that we bought at the terminal, kind of like a little haul per se. Okay, so I got, this actually wasn't like something that I went for, but she talked me into it.
She did a good job.
She did a good job. She sold me on this because, baby. All right, so I got the keychain. It's actually really heavy. It's really good quality.
It's great quality. Great quality.
So, okay, so the first charm says Backstreet Boys, and then on the back side it says Into the Millennium, BSB. Then the second one says I love BSB, and then there's this one that's got like the little BSB, and then the Millennium, like this I guess, is that the Sphere?
I think it's
Maybe.
Sphere, yeah.
And then this one is the one that sold me. So it's got the album cover for their Millennium, and then when you flip it, it's got the album cover for Millennium 2.0. Yeah. So I thought that was super cute. And like I said, it's really heavy. So that was a good one. And then I got this shirt, it's the Spirit jersey. So it's got BSB right here, and then all across the back it says Backstreet Boys Sphere Las Vegas. So it's kind of hard to see, but it goes all across the back. I love how
Obsessed.
Yeah,
She's
obsessed. Obsessed.
It's worth it. Great quality, thick on the letters.
Thick on the letters. Okay. So then we also got, did you get one of these?
I did, yeah.
Okay. A magnet for the refrigerator.
Had to.
Yes. And then Shayla, you want to show your shirt?
Yeah, I got this shirt and set it on this one. I liked the white with the colors, and the boys kind of stand out a little more, so I kind of picked this one. And this one does have the dates on the back, but it doesn't, you know, like she said, there's other ones that have just your specific date, but this has all of them on there.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, I am in love with the shirt.
So you got yours at the terminal.
Yeah, I got mine at the terminal. I did not get mine at the show.
So everything that we got, that I just showed, we got at the terminal. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But the shirt that I got, I originally wanted, you know, I told you I wanted the dates with the August and then like our group of dates.
Yeah.
So whenever I was like, I'm not gonna get a shirt at the terminal because I'm waiting for that shirt. But when I got there, it was sold out. So I did end up getting the same shirt that Shaylin got, but I got it in black.
Which I'm obsessed with too. But I'm like, oh my gosh, two of the same thing. And
Yeah.
I just had to pick one.
So it's got the dates on there.
Yeah, that's what I already
You got
see that.
Backstreet Boys at the Sphere right here, and then the dates from their first run. So no telling what the shirts are going to look like for the second run, but I do know that they will probably still have the same, you know, the same like magnets and keychains and all that stuff at the terminals. Probably not going to change.
Yeah.
So that's all we got.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions, we will be talking about this for a long time. So do not hesitate to ask.
Literally, reach out. We could talk about it for hours.
Oh, I would love to talk about the Backstreet Boys. So just leave any questions down below. And also leave down below the best concert that you ever went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we want to know.
About it.
Because,
yeah.
you know, like we said, this was a completely different experience. This is definitely the best concert that we went to, but we want to hear the best concert that you went to kind of keep it on theme. So any questions, leave that down below. I would love some blue and white hearts down below too, because, you know, it is like a whiteout. So any of that. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video from us. And also, we love to see likes come through because it does help our channel. Like. Alright guys, until next time, we'll see you soon.
Bye.